Have you heard about the International English Language Testing System, also known as the IELTS? No? Alright. Don't worry, I will tell you about it. So please sit down, get comfortable, and listen to me about your IELTS exam. So, as I was saying, IELTS is a 3-hour-long English exam that tests your ability to listen, read, write, and speak in English. But you may be asking yourself, why is it so important to take the IELTS? Well, just like Charles Darwin once said, take your IELTS, you dummy. In all seriousness, English is the third most spoken language, and it will most likely be a need to for that job or university you want to study at. This without saying the countless benefits that speaking English gives you. So my first step will be to give this test your best shot possible. Now, there's more than one IELTS exam, but we'll be taking the academic now, so don't sweat it too much. Now, how about we move to the sections? We'll be covering reading, listening, writing, and speaking. Sounds simple, right? Let's go ahead and cover those. We'll start with reading. Sounds simple, right? It has a duration of 60 minutes with no extra time. You will read a passage and use it to answer 40 questions in total. This can vary from open questions, multiple choice, and true or false questions. Now, don't worry about not being a specialist in the subject you're reading, because we're gonna ask you general interest questions. This is so the exam is simple enough for you to understand, but hard enough for you to have a challenging time. What's that? You want some tips? Don't worry, I'll give you some. First thing you want to do is search for those keywords. Try to read the question first and go ahead and just pick the words that mostly stand out. After that, you're gonna scan the passage. You want to read it in a fast pace but slow enough for you to understand what's going on. But if you do it correctly, you're gonna save a lot of time for yourself. So just go ahead and try that. Next is listening. It's a little bit hard, but don't worry. Practice makes master. It has a duration of 30 minutes plus some extra 10 minutes to check your answers. It has a total of 40 questions that can vary from multiple options and open questions. Again, the subjects can vary, but don't worry, it's not gonna be anything too complicated for you. About the tips, the obvious is to stay focused on what you're listening. An easy way to do this is picturing the situation or conversation you're listening to in your head. And don't forget to never let your guard down, and always be ready to write a sequence of numbers and complicated names. The first section will be writing. This section tests your ability of ordering your ideas. It has a duration of 60 minutes with a total of 2 tasks. On the first one, you'll be asked to write an essay of 150 words, giving your opinion about a specific topic. Your true opinion or knowledge of the topic is irrelevant. On the second one, you'll be asked to write another essay of 200 words, giving a solution to a specific problem. Again, the solution itself is irrelevant for the grade. My tip on this is, I know I already said that your true opinion is not needed, but I do recommend that if you have one on the topic you're presented, that you go ahead and use it, since it will be a lot better and faster for you to organize your ideas and explain them all in a fast pace. And remember, use linking words and to avoid repeating the same words or phrases even twice. We can say that instead of using for example, you could probably use for instance. You know the drill. Just try to show that you mastered this subject. The last section will be speaking. Don't worry, this one's actually fun, and if you get the hang of it, it will be a walk on the park, as it is presented in a more casual way with a duration of 11 to 14 minutes, divided in 2 sections. First one will be all about introducing yourself to the person that is interviewing you. You're just gonna talk to them casually about who you are and a couple basic things about yourself. And it is until the second section that the interviewer will ask you to talk to 3 to 4 minutes about a specific randomized subject that will be given to you. Again, don't worry too much about it. It's actually pretty fun, and I think you're gonna have a good time with this one. But anyways, I'm still gonna give you some tips, as it is important for you to be prepared. Just try to stay calm and avoid using complicated words just for the sake of it. It is good to try and impress the interviewer, but it won't help if you only focus on using complex words instead of explaining your main idea. Try to keep it as smooth as possible. But hey, If you can handle this, I know you can handle the IELTS. So good job! You are now ready to take your IELTS test. Remember to practice every day and to give it your all. Goodbye.